The director of Shopping Town Mall told me that this is phase one knocking down this area, but it will be ready for shoppers to shop by the end of Christmas. Reporting in Shopping Town Mall, I'm Brianna Case. If this proposal goes through, riders won't have any use for this bus stop on James Street after 9 o'clock on weekdays. You've probably seen these tech stop signs and are wondering how much do they cost and where that money's coming from. Snow, ice mixed with bone-chilling temperatures are causing brittle bumpers, sending drivers into auto repair shops. Last year, the Bruno boys opted out of the test and were able to just go to the library. This year, they won't be able to do that because their mother received this letter saying that if they try to opt out, they're going to have to take another test that's just as hard. The meeting here at the On Center tonight was heated. People were not afraid to express their opinions. We spoke to some people and they say that they are in favor of keeping the schedule the same. Groups here are trying to convince the governor to send more money to help keep the Central in full service. If it doesn't fall through, then they're going to have to make some hard choices in the next couple months. Reporting at the On Center, I'm Brianna Case. Matt and Megan here at the cider mill, they're still busy cleaning up from the roof collapse yesterday. As you can see behind me, some of the damage that was left behind, but inside it's even worse. Today we spoke with a waitress who was inside when the roof started caving in. The roof of the cider mill collapsed due to heavy snow and ice around 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The restaurant just opened in November after a major upgrade. Now, the main focus is to get everything back on track by cleaning up the mess left behind. Abby Parker, a waitress and banquet manager, says the collapse sounded like a gunshot, prompting her to get on the ground. And even though she says that moment was terrifying, fortunately, no customers were inside at the time and no one was hurt.
But inside, all our tables, we got all our computer stuff out of there. Nothing really is too bad. And we got the ice off in time, so it started dripping in a little bit from the water, but not too bad. So hopefully we'll probably just get kind of a new front porch area.
The focus is now getting the restaurant back open as soon as possible. Reporting from the cider mill, I'm Brianna Case. Matt, the students that I spoke with today, say that the assistant dean really didn't know what he was talking about when he was being asked the questions from the undercover reporters. And a lot of the students that I spoke with later this afternoon did not want to comment on ISIS. Here at Cornell University, it was a rather unusual day. A person from the group project Veritas posed as a student and asked Assistant Dean Scuffito if he could start a group on campus giving care packages to the terrorist group ISIS. Scuffito also said it would be all right if students on campus were trained by ISIS and Hamas, saying it would be no different than a coach training his athletes. Students that we spoke with say they're not buying the video.
I was surprised in a way that it's been such a big deal because I think at least my initial reaction after I saw the video was that it was such a clear sort of attempt to make him say what he did.
Cornell's president sent out a statement saying, quote, "I want to be clear that the notion that Cornell would allow ISIS training sessions on our campus is ludicrous and absolutely offensive. Project Veritas, the organization behind this shoddy piece of journalism, has been repeatedly vilified for dishonest, deceitful activity."
It must have been some kind of misunderstanding. Since he is in such a position of power at Cornell, I don't think that he would ever do that knowingly or even hint towards that at all.
And students on campus are doing more than hinting when they say all of this was simply blown out of proportion.
At least as a student, it didn't change my perception of the university at all, and I hope that's kind of the case for people on the outside.
Students say here, despite everything, they still believe this is a great university. In Ithaca, I'm Brianna Case. Over the course of his career, Dr. Newlander delivered more than 10,000 babies in central New York. But his reputation has been marred by murder charges and the death of his wife, Leslie, in September of 2012. The day her body was found at their home, first responders described a bloody scene. They say she had blood around her head, with her left eye swollen shut, and she appeared to be wet. Dr. Newlander claims she took a deadly fall in the shower, but prosecutors say he staged the scene to make it look like an accident. Right after Newlander's arrest, His attorney, Ed Mencken, told us Leslie died as the result of a tragic accident, and nothing will change that sad truth.
This has been an open secret and a subject of gossip and irresponsible rumor now for months.
In 2013, when police were investigating Dr. Newlander, his 4 children came together and released a statement about their mother's tragic death, saying they support their father undeniably and with unconditional love. The attention surrounding this case sparked much discussion throughout central New York, with many sharing their thoughts of support and shock for Dr. Newlander and his family. Judge Thomas Miller set aside about 2 weeks for this case, and we will finally be able to find out what exactly happened to Leslie Newlander the day she was found dead. In Syracuse, I'm Brianna Case. Receiving so many animals at once was a shock, especially given how sick some of the pets were.
They were in a lot of matting, a lot of, they were scared. They're not socialized animals at all.
SPCA officials say it will take at least 2 weeks to get the animals cleaned up and ready to be put up for adoption. The office is closed to the public until Monday to make sure every animal is able to get the help that it needs.
There's still tons of work that needs to be done. We still have to go and have our vet check over everybody. We will microchip to see if any do have previous homes. And then they have to be all brought up on all their shots and their rabies.
The SPCA staff say that community support has been overwhelming as people have been not only volunteering, but sending in donations.
Food being brought in and cleaning supplies. It's just the outpour is amazing to us. It certainly lets us know that there really are a lot of caring people out in the world.
The staff is also holding mini orientations to bring in more volunteers during this crisis. With all this help, not only the animals, but the SPCA staff are seeing a good change.
It's really kind of cool to witness a dog that's been trapped in a ton of mats to get shaved down, and it's like a whole new dog. They're all excited and they prance around.
And hopefully prancing into a new and loving home soon. In Mattydale, Brianna Case, Time Warner Cable News. Doctors say it is common to have younger patients decline flu vaccinations, but now experts say more seniors who lived through deadly epidemics like polio and measles decline them as well.
I have many patients tell me they don't want to take a flu shot because it will give them the flu and other things like that, and those are really not true. They're not based in science. They're just kind of crowd fear.
The information of getting sick from a shot isn't coming from doctors.
A lot of bad information on the internet and bad stories that people will say, I had the flu shot and then I got sick.
Experts say that going without vaccination will leave seniors more vulnerable to disease.
As we get older, our immune systems are weaker, which means we are more susceptible to illness. People don't realize that the death rate from the flu is significant and that they may not hear about it, but we see it in the medical community, and so much of it can be prevented.
The flu isn't the only illness doctors are seeing because people aren't getting vaccinated.
As you get older and you have more medical problems, especially if you have underlying heart disease or lung disease, you're more at risk from dying from pneumonia.
Dr. Bringman says seniors should also receive the pneumonia vaccine, shingles vaccine, and the tetanus shot. In Syracuse, Brianna Case, Time Warner Cable News.